Friday. 8 AM to my lunch, that's $6, but just to get into the pool is $4. And you could do your own workout in the pool. Yeah. You could do, and then they have a free gym in there
Oh,
too.
really? Okay.
They have a
Free?
free gym,
Ooh.
and they have community yoga there too, I just never ever looked it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. Let me look at this.
it's community center,
Okay.
yeah, I'd love to see you there, I work there pretty much every day,
Oh, I do, okay.
yeah.
So what have I been doing? I go to Planet Fitness with Samantha, that's only $10 a month.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, but you know, free is a lot better deal.
Because the free, they have a nice gym they just built a few years ago, and it's free. They have treadmills, they have like, yeah,
And they have classes, like,
they have yoga, I never really checked into it though, they had them this summer for free out in parks, different parks across Iowa City, but I haven't really been. Yeah, they have like free paddleboarding classes at the
oh,
pool.
really?
Yeah, they have, that's on Mercer though.
Okay.
They have paddleboarding classes, they have like. I do my aqua water aerobics, that's like $6 if you wanna show up and just check it out at 8 AM. But otherwise.
Hey everyone, welcome online.
You
I'm gonna give it a couple minutes before we get started.
I've actually been here before.
Hi Mary, hi Kim, hi Cindy, hi Sarah, hi Troy. Good to see all of you. And you guys can clearly hear me. Yes, awesome. Okay, we'll get started soon.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it coming down, holy moly. It is raining here. Absolutely. Yeah, everyone needs a bolster. In fact, yeah, let's all get one bolster. If you have anything at home like that, grab that as well.
They're close though.
Yeah, they're in like
Whisper.
it's
They're nice for.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I just applied, so I was like, yeah, so probably never hired me. And the first thing I did during the first interview, I'm like, I want to help you guys clean up the grade.
Coming down, isn't it?
Good one. Nice.
We need it, but.
Could help.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But if they're-
Hey, you're welcome.
Today, yesterday, went down there.
They got that.
Good opportunity. The other one is Sam's. I don't think in Texas.
You know where the map, yeah, I know, it's sad, the plan is here. Okay. She like moved that.
So while we're waiting for everyone to fully get in here, just curious to know how everyone's doing. How are we? Are there specific things?
Yeah, my left hip,
Left hip.
yeah, it's really sensitive right now.
Okay. Okay.
And I've been, I don't know, but sometimes yoga hurts it more, but sometimes if I do the right thing.
It helps. Okay. Great. Anyone
I
else?
stubbed the bottom of my foot in a shirt.
Bottom of the foot.
Well, for me, I have to like crawl out of the shower, so it's small.
Okay,
Yeah, and then you have to put your foot up, so I just kicked the thing on the stage.
okay, okay, let's see if anyone. Okay. So we are going to just do some nice deep self-care today. It's been kind of a wild week. Just in our world, and sort of feels like it's never ending, right? There's always something else that's unfolding, whether it's in the world or in our own lives. And so I felt really committed today to just sort of a self-nourishing practice. So a practice that really just sort of slows us down, takes us in, allows us to feel. And we'll work with hips because that's sort of the base of the body where we can experience more safety. So sound good? All right. I'm actually feeling like it would be useful to start on our backs today. So why don't you come onto your backs? Nope, you're just fine. All right, so let's start with our knees bent. Feet flat on the floor. Hands resting on the abdomen. And first thing we want to do is just allow ourselves to fully land on the yoga mat with yourself. And so you might take in, first and foremost, the space around you. If you're here in the studio with me, you might observe the sound of the rain on the windows. If you're practicing at home, you might tune in to sounds in the space. So we allow ourselves to attune to the space in the world around us because we are human beings engaged in the world. And yet the work of yoga is to start to let our attention also be engaged in the inner world. So if we are just solely focused on the external world, it can feel quite jarring, at times traumatizing, overwhelming. And so this practice can help us really start to engage and know and be present with our internal world. So how we begin to do that most safely and most clearly is through the body. So just start by letting your attention really begin to land in your feet. So you start to pay full attention to your left foot and your right foot resting on the yoga mat. You might notice the temperature of your feet right now. And notice any kind of sensation that might be present as you bring your full attention to your feet. And from the feet, let your awareness start to move up the legs through those bent knees. Tuning in now to the back of the pelvis, letting the pelvis really settle into the mat. And wherever your hands are, allow your hands to rest on your abdomen. And feel the weight of your hands on your abdomen. Notice the sensation, the touch of your hands on the abdomen. And begin to breathe, sending Nice deep breaths down into the abdomen. So as you inhale, you're literally feeling your belly expand. And on the exhale, there is sort of a universal feeling of the body releasing and relaxing. So as you inhale, you feel the hands on the abdomen lift and expand. And on the exhale, there is a universal softening of the body. So please stay with this for about 3 more breaths, breathing in to the belly. And as you exhale, feeling this sort of universal releasing of the body. And essentially what we're doing is seeing how much we can begin to release the stress and the tension that your body is carrying at the end of a week, the end of a month, at the end of a year. The body takes on stress, and if we don't fully complete those stress cycles, we just carry it as tension. And so let's see what we can allow ourselves to safely release today. From your hands on your belly, keep one hand there and just let another hand now rest on the heart space. So one hand still breathing deeply into the belly. And as you exhale, again, feeling this universal relaxation happening. Let's take another nice deep breath in. Let that awareness, that present moment awareness, as you continue to feel sensation underneath each of your hands, now let that awareness move all the way up into the headspace. So you feel the weight of your head settling and descending into the mat. Just with every exhale, growing a little bit more tethered, we might say, to your body. Now from here, we're going to add just a little bit of movement. So this first part has just been to give us an opportunity to land our attention and our awareness in the body. So you can keep the eyes closed, but from here, just stretch the arms all the way up overhead behind you. You might even, interlace those fingers, stretch hands behind you as you continue to feel your feet on the ground. Let's take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your arms back down to the side of the body. Take the feet nice and wide on the yoga mat. And just a couple times in your own pace and rhythm, let your knees drop from side to side. So we might call this windshield wiper, just slowly letting those knees drop from side to side. Honestly, it's really hard to stay present in our bodies. It's very easy. We've all been conditioned to sort of pop out of our bodies, get really caught up in the external world. And so we can just think of today as practice, being really fully present in the body for the next hour. That's all we're doing. Just seeing how present, how connected and conscious we can be to our physical bodies. Now from here, eventually bring your knees in towards your chest and wrap your arms around your legs and just start to rock a little bit side to side. Let's begin to feel the sensation of your low back making contact with the mat. From here, stretch the legs up into the sky and look up at your feet. And with your feet floating above you, start to flex and point the feet. Allow the ankles to roll a little bit. You could even allow the legs to move in whatever way they want to, maybe side to side. You could shake the legs a little bit. Just allowing the legs to awaken. And then taking a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees and bring your feet back to the floor. Feet flat on the floor, knees are bent. Bring your hands back to your abdomen for a moment and reestablish that deep diaphragmatic breath. So you're breathing into your hands. And as you exhale, maybe create that ha sound, that ocean sounding breath in the back of the throat. We call it the ujjayi breath in the yoga tradition. So breathing deeply into the abdomen. And as you exhale, hearing the sound of your own breath. It usually is a very comforting sound. And it's very calming for the nervous system to be able to really hear your own breath. Now we're connected to our bodies, we're connected to our breath, and now we'll see about allowing breath and movement to begin to flow together. So when you're ready, as you inhale, bring your knees in towards your chest, stretch your arms all the way up overhead behind you. As you exhale, straighten your legs into the sky and float your arms gently down back to the side of the body. Now, as you inhale, bend your knees, bring your feet flat to the floor, arms stretching up overhead. And now on this exhale, lift the hips up into bridge pose. Arms float back down to the side of the body. So the hips are lifted in bridge. Now we're going to stay here. Inhale, allow the pelvis to lift and float a little higher. And then as you exhale, you can slowly come all the way down. Back of the sacrum is back on the mat. Pelvis is on the floor. And once your pelvis is back on the floor, maybe again, just allow your knees to float side to side, windshield wipering the legs just a couple times. My style of teaching is very seasonal, meaning I am seeped in the Ayurvedic tradition of really attending to the seasons, and we're really in the middle of fall. And in the season of fall, we need more grounding. We need more settling of our system. There's a lot more anxiety that happens in the fall. And so this is also why we're spending a lot of time on our backs at the start of the yoga practice. All right, so eventually bring your knees back to center. Knees are still bent, feet are flat on the floor, hip distance width apart. And we're going to work that sequence again. So before we move, let's just take a nice deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, nice big ha sound, hear your breath in the back of the throat. Now we'll start our sequence again. Inhale, knees come in towards the chest, arms stretch up overhead behind you. Now, as you exhale, straighten your legs into the sky, float your arms back down to the earth. Good. Inhale, bend your knees, feet come to the floor, arms stretch up overhead. And now as we exhale, the pelvis lifts towards the sky into bridge pose and the arms come back down to the side of the body. And now we're going to stay here for 2 breaths in bridge pose. So as you inhale, maybe the pelvis lifts a little more, the heart opens. Exhale, stay, just to let your body soften a bit. And then on the second inhale, again, expand, lift, grow this pose. And now on the exhale, slowly come down. Pelvis returns to the earth, arms come back down to the side of the body. And again, we just take a moment to pause. I like to give lots of moments of pause in the practice. We need lots of integration time. And yoga poses, breath practices are really powerful. So giving ourselves just time to let the body mind integrate is really key. And in the pause, my challenge to you is, can you really feel? Can you feel sensation in the body? Can you feel emotion in the body? Can you allow yourself to feel fully? Yoga is a practice to awaken our capacity to feel. Has nothing to do with thinking. Yoga has nothing to do with thinking. It's all about our capacity to feel. All right, we're going to complete that sequence. We'll do it a total of 3 times. This is our 3rd time. And we'll hold bridge pose for 3 breaths this time. So I'll guide you through it. No worries. Let's take a breath in. As you exhale, hear the exhale. Nice big ha sound. Good. As you inhale this time, knees come in towards the chest and the arms stretch up overhead. That's it. Now, as you exhale, straighten those legs into the sky. Look up at your feet as your arms float back down towards the floor. Now we take an inhale, bending the knees, slowly lowering feet to the floor as the arms stretch up overhead again behind you. Feel that core working. Feet are on the floor. Now exhale, lift the pelvis up into bridge pose and allow your arms to come back down to the earth. And now we'll stay here for 3 breaths. As you inhale, lift that pelvis, expand. As you exhale, stay. You're going to feel sensation build in the body, and that's okay. Staying here for another inhale as the pelvis lifts a little higher. Maybe even the heels lift off away from the mat. Exhale, stay. Hear your breath. One more big inhale. Yeah, lift those heels away from the mat. Come up on your toes. And now as you exhale this time, you'll slowly come all the way down. Pelvis comes down. And then just watch as everything comes back down to the mat, what your body wants to do. How does it want to move? Again, maybe the legs drop from side to side. Maybe you just want to feel and breathe. We can think of this as a body meditation today. We're going deeper into the body to observe, to feel, to listen. And in the process, we do really unravel and release the built up tension that we all just carry as humans making it in a hectic, chaotic world. All right, eventually bring the knees back in towards the chest and come into a little bit of a happy baby if this is available to you. So you'll hold on to the edges of the feet. And just rock a little bit side to side. Pulling the edges of the feet down towards the earth, sort of resist as you press the feet up towards the sky and notice enhanced sensation in the hips and the pelvis. Take a nice deep breath in, release edges of the feet. Once again, stretch those legs up into the sky. Legs are straight above you. Low back is pressing into the mat. And then point, flex the feet. Again, shake the legs out. We'll take a nice deep breath in. Once again, bend the knees, feet come to the floor, roll off through one side, coming to all fours. You're going to make your way to all fours. Coming to tabletop. In tabletop, wrists are underneath shoulders, hips are underneath, or excuse me, knees are underneath the hips. Just going to move into what is often called nonlinear movement. So this is when the eyes stay closed and you just let the body move. This is not a yoga pose. This is not anything you can fail at or do wrong. This is just simply body exploration. So this is you listening into the rhythm of your body today, where you're holding tension, how you want to move to begin to release some of that tension. We're going to be here for several minutes. And so my guidance is always just to be curious and to keep moving. Be curious and keep moving. And as you're continuing to stay curious and just letting the body move you, see if you can keep part of your awareness with your breath. So your breath is still flowing. You're still hearing the sound of your breath in the back of the throat. I always like to remind students that all parts of you are welcome on this yoga mat. It's very easy for us to shut down feelings, experiences. And so just knowing that whatever sensations, emotions, experiences rise up, that you can practice being present for it. We practice being present for all of it. And here it sometimes translates to being more present for other aspects of our life beyond our yoga mat, which is really useful, really helpful. Just a couple more moments here of letting yourself move without any need to judge or perform or fix or solve, just letting the body move. And then let's come into a downward facing dog. And from this down dog, keep moving and exploring. So walk out your dog, sway your hips, let your spine undulate, shake out your head. Maybe let your jawline move side to side. You could buzz your lips. Let yourself feel, and what feels good? Can you let yourself go there and move your body in such a way that feels good? I'm gonna stay here for about 15 more seconds and really let yourself now shake it out, sway it out, move it out, like really let the body unravel, shake out this week, the tension, the tightness, whatever you've been carrying. And then we'll all eventually meet in child's pose, where the knees come down to the mat. The knees can go wide on the mat, big toes touch, hips sink back towards the heels, forehead comes to the floor. And just allowing yourself to settle into following the breath, hearing the breath in the back of the throat, and just a sense of presence with yourself, witnessing yourself. We are strengthening our capacity to just simply witness ourselves, witness sensation, witness thought, witness feeling, witness experience. Let's take 2 more breaths here and count your breaths. Feel as you inhale, the belly expand. As you exhale, feel stress and tension draining away from the body. There's a real release with each exhale. Good. And then on the next inhale, coming back up through all fours, back to downward facing dog. And let your feet go nice and wide this time. So with your feet nice and wide, your feet are all the way on the edges of the mat. Now begin to walk your hands all the way backwards to meet your feet. So you're in a wider forward fold. In this forward fold, really let the head go. So shake out the head. And add just a little twist here. So we're gonna walk our hands over to the right. And as you walk your hands to the right, can you pull your left hip back just a little more? And we come back through center, shake out that head, let the spine be nice and soft. And then walk hands over to the left. Come back through center again, shake out the head, let the spine be nice and soft. And now bend the knees, so there's just a slight bend in the knees. And with an inhale, we sweep the arms, we come all the way up to standing, lift through the heart, lift the gaze. Hands come together right down in front of the heart. Just taking a moment to observe and feel. All right, release the hands, bring the feet back together. Come all the way forward to the front of your mat. Looking down at your feet, make sure your feet are hip distance width apart, legs are strong. Spine is tall, roll those shoulders back and let the palms face forward, fingers nice and spread. Feel this sternum lift. Gaze can be inward, so eyes could be closed, or gaze is open down towards the earth. Now the head does not drop, head stays in alignment with the spine, but your gaze point might just be down towards the earth. Again, we want to ground more in the season of fall. Right, from your inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Now interlace the fingers and turn the palms towards the sky. We take a breath in. As you exhale, lean over to the left. Inhale, we come back through center, and then exhale, lean to the right. I'm going to repeat this. Inhale, come back, feet down, palms up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale back through center, feet down, palms up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale back through center. Now as you exhale, release, dive forward, Uttanasana. Fingers reach the earth, head releases down. Now inhale, look up halfway. So lift up the chest, nice flat back. And then exhale, fold back into yourself. And from here, step back to downward facing dog. So allow yourself to fully land in the dog, move in whatever way feels comfortable and right for your body. Staying in the mode of witness and observation. On an inhale, lift the left leg up into the sky. And as you exhale, step this left foot through the hands into a deep lunge. And lower the back knee down to the mat. Rise up and start with your hands just on your pelvis. If you have a sensitive back knee, don't hesitate to put a blanket underneath that back knee. Just going to start to rock a little forward and back. I like hands either on sort of the rim of the pelvis or even on this front leg. So it allows you just to kind of get into this hip flexor, this right hip flexor. You can also add just a little twisting here if this feels good. And see about making sure your back toes are curled under. That gives you stability for that back leg. We are eventually going to take this into a little bit of a deeper twist. So let's all place left hand on the front of the left thigh and extend the right arm up into the sky. With your right arm up into the sky, first get as long as you can. So like really lift that right hand towards the ceiling and then begin to twist. And from here, back of the right hand comes to the outside of the left knee, left arm floats back. We'll take a breath in. Now, as you exhale, feel that twisting of the navel towards the left. Maybe even the gaze comes towards the back hand. And from here, if you want to take a little bit deeper, right elbow comes to the outside of the knee, palms together. So you might slide that right elbow down, palms together. As you press your palms together first, see about lengthening out through the crown of the head. Then as you exhale, maybe twist that navel up towards the sky. And if you want more challenge or sensation, you lift your back knee away from the mat. Take a nice deep breath here to keep lengthening out through the crown as you exhale. Little twist of that belly up towards the sky. Let's take another breath in. And then exhale, release hands to the earth. Step back to down dog. Let that pelvis bounce a little bit. Walk it out, swing your hips, maybe let your heels drop from side to side. Inhale, right leg up into the sky. Exhale, step right foot through the hands, deep lunge. Lower that back knee down to the mat, rise up. Starting with hands on the pelvis or maybe hands on this front thigh. Just begin to pulse a bit. Stretching that left frontal hip, left hip flexor. And again, you might experiment with even just a little twisting here. And even sometimes make circles with your hips here if that helps you get in a little bit deeper. And we are eventually going to take it into a twist by rooting the right hand down, lengthening the left arm up. So all twisting, we get deeper into twists the longer we can get in our spine. So really feeling lifting of that left hand. Keep the long spine as you bring left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right arm floats back. Go. Take a nice deep breath in to lengthen. As you exhale, can you twist? Twisting that navel more to the right. Even the gaze might be towards your backhand. Now to deepen this, slide that left elbow down outside of the knee. Palms come together. See about your right elbow point pointing up towards the sky. So your palms are parallel to the floor. As you press that bottom elbow into your right leg, twist a little bit more. And then maybe you might lift your back knee away from the mat as well. Nice deep breath in, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, stay, twist a little deeper. And then eventually release your hands. Step back to down dog. And just feel your body and notice how it might like to move to help you sort of release that deep twisting that we just did. Observe, feel, flow. Reconnect to your breath if you've lost connection to the breath. So hear the sound of the breath in the back of the throat. And on this next inhale, flip forward to plank pose. Keeping your hands and feet where they are. Exhale up and back to dog. Now again, inhale forward to plank. Now wrists or shoulders can be forward of the wrist. Exhale back. One more time, inhale forward. This time we're going to come all the way down. So your knees might come down first and then your torso, or you can come down in one big straight line. Take your feet wide, take your hands wide. So your hands are going to be all the way off the mat. So your feet will be at the edges of the mat. Hands will be off the mat and tented. So you take the heel of the hand away from the mat and then lift up. All right, and then this is cobra pose. So we're going to move a little bit like a snake. Let your torso move side to side. You can twist here, look over one shoulder towards your feet. And it can even help to close the eyes. So you let your body again sort of move you in a way that helps you release that built up tension. And take a big breath in, lift up, lift up, lift up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Slide your hands back in alignment with your chest. Come back up through all fours to down dog. Now from here, bend the knees. Look between the hands. So look up between the hands and either step 1 foot forward and then the other, or take a jump forward as you arrive in Uttanasana at the front of the mat. That's it. Shake out the head a little bit. Let that jawline be nice and soft and relaxed. Yeah, let those lips be relaxed. No clenching of the teeth. Little bend in those knees. Inhale, sweep the arms forward, come all the way up. And then exhale, hands down in front of the heart. Gonna take a moment to just integrate. Allow yourself to integrate. From here, we release the hands, take the feet wide, let the knees bend a little bit. I'm just gonna twist. So as you twist, you might lift one heel up. You might let your arms sort of slap around towards your back. You can let your gaze follow the direction of the twist, but if you get dizzy, I always get dizzy. I have to keep my gaze straight ahead. So figure out what works, but letting that spine start to twist and loosen up. So a couple more times. And then as you come back to center, just bounce a bit. Just a couple moments here. Close the eyes. Just let yourself bounce. Let your knees bounce. All right, and now we tap. So fingers, hands coming to the chest. So there's a little bit of bend in the knees, and we're just tapping right around the chest, the collarbone region. So waking up what we would call pranamaya kosha, the energy body. The energy body is thought to be about an inch off of the physical body. So we would say we're working in the energy body realm right now. From here, we're going to take our tapping up the throat and the neck to the jawline, to the face, to the forehead. Forgot to do the arms, so we're going to tap back down to the chest and start to pat our way up one of the arms to the palm of the hand. Just pat the palm of your hand a couple times, and then you'll flip the arm and pat up the back of the arm. And then we come back to the chest, back to the heart. Make sure those knees stay just a little bent. Pat down the opposite arm. And once you get to the palm of the hand, just clap a little bit here, and then you're going to rotate your arm, pat up the back of the arm. And back to the chest, back to the heart. All right, now back up through the face to the crown of the head. So now you're tapping right on the crown of the head. Right on the crown of the head. Take your tapping down the back of the head to the back of the neck. And spend just a little bit of extra awareness and time at that space where the neck meets the back of the skull. It's often an area where we're holding a lot of tension. Can you give just a little bit more time and awareness there? And then eventually we start to pat down the back through the kidney region, back waistline. Start to pat a little more vigorously as you pat down the edges of the legs. And then you'll pat up the inseam of the legs. Coming to the belly, pat, 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 to the solar plexus. All right, back to the heart. We always start and end at the heart. Some symbolism there. Right, and then feel your feet, make sure you're grounded in your feet. Now let your arms come down to the side of the body. Just take a moment to be in a space of feeling. Feel the sensation in the body. I don't know about you, but I always feel much more vital energy, much more aliveness in the body after that energy tapping. And I just want you to see if you can really Be with that, feel that. Literally, we all get so numbed out in this busy world. So what we're doing here, every time you come to this class, we're just trying to reawaken ourselves, wake ourselves back up to more feeling, more aliveness, more awareness. All right, keeping those feet, sensation of the feet rooting down into the sky. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Okay, just want to look at where all of your feet are. So make sure your feet are about hip distance width apart. So your feet are about hip distance width apart. Breathe in. Now, as we exhale, this time we're going to sit back into Utkatasana, chair pose. Yeah. So get that seat way back. There's a little more weight in the heels. Feel the belly pull up. So it's like the navel is pulling up towards the spine. Let your gaze be somewhere on the floor, but don't drop the head. You lose power when you drop the head. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, sink just a little deeper into those legs. Yeah, they're going to burn. Breathe in again. Exhale, we're going to just stay here. One more breath in. Now, as you exhale, straighten those legs, stretch forward, hands come down to the earth. Let the head go. Yeah. Chair pose. It's not for the faint of heart. Inhale, look up halfway. As we exhale, big ha sound as you fold. Yep, open mouth ujjayi breath. Let's do that again. Inhale, look up halfway. One more time. Inhale, lengthening that heart forward. Exhale, big ha sound. Good. Step directly back into downward facing dog. Directly back into down dog. Let yourself arrive. Feel your fingers spread. Feel your hands activate down into the mat. And as you press your hands down, the spine can grow longer and more fluid. Yeah, those thigh bones pressing back or moving the pelvis in whatever way it wants to. Beautiful, Rachel. I see you moving that stuff out. Take an inhale, lift that right leg up into the sky. This time with the right leg in the sky, bend the right knee and press that right foot over to the left. So just a little bit of twist here as well. Pressing that right foot over to the left. Feel that little twisting of the belly up towards the right. Now inhale, stretch the right leg long and step the right foot through the hands, deep lunge. Turn the back foot down and rise up. So as you come up, just come all the way up. And we want to just make sure that our right heel intersects our left arch. So the right heel intersects the left arch. Good. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend into your right knee. And as you bend into that right knee, make sure that right knee is tracking over towards the little toe side of the foot. So it's moving to the right. Good. Press down through your back foot, lengthen up through your spine, turn your palms towards the sky, take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to stay here. Hear that ha sound as you sink just a little deeper into that front thigh. Warrior two. Taking a breath in again. As we exhale this time, right forearm comes to the right thigh and the left arm floats up in alignment with the ear. Side angle. So right buttock tucked under, lengthen through the spine. Again, there's a little twist here. Can you feel that navel heart slightly twisting up to the left? Ground your left foot even more. Take another breath in. And now exhale, hands either side of the front foot, deep lunge. Good, step back, down dog. And walk it out. Tend to your own body, observe, feel, breathe, shake, be still. Just figure out what most serves you in this moment. Moving into the left side, inhale, left leg into the sky. Bend that left knee. And start to press that left foot over to the right. And as you press the foot to the right, can you get your straight right leg to anchor you back even more? Inhale, left leg into the sky. Step the left foot through the hands, deep lunge. Turn the back foot down, rise up. And as we rise up, we take just a moment to set up our feet, get that good heel to arch alignment, arms come up shoulder height, breathe in. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Left knee is tracking over to the left, palms towards the sky. Breathe in. Exhale. We stay here. We take another breath in. Really activating right foot into the earth. Exhale, stay. Now, after this next inhale, we're going to head into side angle, breathing in. As you exhale, left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm comes up, right in alignment with the ear. Really feel that right foot anchoring you down. Now, here's the twist. Can you feel that little twisting of the belly and the heart up towards the sky? Take a breath. Let this exhale calm the mind. Even though there's intense sensation in the body, can you keep a nice, soft, calm mind? One more breath here. Exhale. We release hands to the earth. Step on back to downward facing dog. Let your body shake it out a little bit. When you're ready on an inhale, float forward to plank. On an exhale, we're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Again, taking hands wide, come up and just let this body move. Take your feet wide so your low back doesn't feel the tension. Close your eyes and let your body unravel in your spine. Oh, any little pockets of tension. So you can lift up, you can soften down, you can sway side to side, you can feel circular actions. You can twist, looking towards your feet. You can sigh, you can make sound. Together, we're going to make the sound, the S sound, as we come down. So let's all breathe in. As you exhale. All right, now as we arrive on our belly, arms come to the sides of the body, palms face up. Turn onto one cheek. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let it go. So really feel the body surrendering. I always call this part of the practice. This is when we're practicing how quickly and efficiently can I relax. So we have this little pause here in the practice. As you stay here and breathe deep into the belly, your belly's making contact with the earth right now. As you exhale, watch how much more you could release in terms of tension, tightness, holding, pain. Let it go. And then turn onto your other cheek. And repeat this process of being so in touch with the body that as you breathe in, you feel your belly expand into the earth. And as you exhale, you watch the tension drain out of the body. You feel yourself literally get more relaxed, more receptive, more open with every exhale that you make. You feel yourself open with every exhale that you make. And then take a moment before we move just to observe how you feel. Do you feel a sense of ease? Does it feel good? Do you feel rested? Do you feel clenched? Just again, that self-observation, practicing this art. It really does feel like an art form. How connected can I be to what's going on in me? And I don't have to change it. I don't have to fix it. I don't have to improve upon it. I don't have to make it be any different than it is. I'm just learning and training and how to be present for what's going on inside me. And then watch as your hands come back in alignment with your chest. Feel your hands on the earth. Come back up through all fours. Come back to downward facing dog. Yes, beautiful. Make your way to Uttanasana. So you might take a little hop forward. You might walk forward. You can walk your hands backwards towards your feet. You're in a forward fold. Doesn't matter where on the mat you are. You're in a forward fold, shaking out that head, letting the face be soft, neutral, and relaxed. Staying committed for the next 20 minutes. I'm going to stay with myself. I'm going to stay with myself. Whatever unfolds in my body, in my mind, in my emotional system, I got this. I'm going to stay with myself. Bend your knees with an inhale, sweep your arms forward, come all the way up. Let your gaze lift, and then exhale, hands down in front of the heart. Let's take a moment for yourself, integrate. Release the hands, find a block. Make sure you've got a block that's right at the very front edge of your mat. So working with the block at the very front edge of the mat. Great. And then start at the front of the mat. Coming into mountain pose, feet hip distance width apart. Strong legs, tall spine, lifted hard. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, hear the sound of your breath as you fold forward. Inhale just one time, look up halfway. Exhale, big open mouth, ha sound. Beautiful. Step back to downward facing dog. Get yourself settled in down dog, hands pressing down, thighs moving back. Check in with your ears. Your ears are in alignment with your upper arms. So that's what keeps your head in alignment with your spine. Yes, beautiful adjustment in the back row there was so good. Inhale, stretch the right leg up into the sky. As we exhale, we step the right foot through the hands, deep lunge, turning the back foot down, rising up. We come back through this straight leg and we take a moment, make sure our feet are in good alignment, right heel intersects left arch. Inhale, arms up. This time as we exhale, legs stay straight as we bow into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right hand comes to the shin or to the ankle, left hand comes to the waist. So bring that top arm down so your left hand is on your waist. Feel both feet evenly and actively press down into the earth. And then firm the legs. Feel the kneecaps lift up. So the legs are really activated and firm. From here, top shoulder, left shoulder starts to pull way back. Left shoulder pulls way back. And then maybe that left arm extends up into the sky. Yes, gaze can be straight ahead, or maybe you're looking up towards that top hand. You got this. Take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to stay. Navel, heart spinning up to the left, just a little bit more. Now stay with me here. Breathe in. As you exhale, bring your left hand down to your waist and look down at your right foot. Start to bend into your right knee. Good. Take your right hand on that block. Good. And then step your back foot one step forward. Your block comes forward and off to the right. So it's at an angle off of your front foot. We're going to lift up this back leg. Ardha Chandrasana. Firm your hips, like squeeze your hips together. Draw that left shoulder back. Spread the toes of your left foot. Maybe extend your top arm up into the sky for half moon pose. And take a nice deep breath in. Now, as you exit, we're just going to drop this left foot right next to the right foot. So we're back in Uttanasana, forward fold at the front of the mat. Shake out that head. Buzz your lips. Yeah. And then inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hold. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank, strong core. Exhale, lower all the way down. All right, flatten the feet, your choice. You can come up into that funky cobra that we've been working where the hands are nice and wide. You can come up into classic cobra, shoulders back. You can come into up dog if you like up dog, straight arms, thighs lifted. Come into your back bend of choice. Take a breath in, exhale, stay here. Together, we're gonna, on this next exhale, come all the way down. And once again, we're just gonna pause on belly. This time, hands stack on top of each other. Forehead rest on the hands. Let the pelvis go. Let the buttocks relax. And here, you can remain in stillness if this feels good. But if there's any movements here, the pelvis wants to shake a little side to side, or you want to move your head side to side, let your body do those movements. I always really think of our practice as a deep honoring of the body. I truly believe after all of these years of practice and study that your body's very wise. Body is its own wise entity. And when we're so caught up in the busyness of life, we often fail to really listen to the body or decode the messages of the body. So when we practice deep like this, slowly, consciously, mindfully, it really is a chance for us to listen in. What is my body trying to tell me? And the body speaks to us in symptoms. It speaks to us in exhaustion, speaks to us in vitality, joy, sensuality. There's so many ways the body speaks to us if we are willing to be present. All right, let's prepare for our second side by lifting the head up, sliding the hands back in alignment with the chest. Come back up through all fours, back to downward facing dog. On an inhale, step the left foot between the hands into a deep lunge and turn the back foot down, rise up. And as soon as you rise up, adjust the feet so the left heel intersects the right arch. And because we're going into triangle, last time we went into warrior two and the feet should be a little bit wider. Triangle pose, the feet aren't quite as wide, so you might shorten your stance just a little bit and experiment with that. Feel the navel pull in, so feel that tailbone anchor down. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Now bowing to the left hand coming to the shin or to the ankle. And I like to right away take this top arm down. So I'm working from the core first. I'm feeling the twisting of the core first before I extend that arm up. So we start at the base. Feet press down, activate both feet down. Firm the legs, feel those kneecaps lift. Now pull the right shoulder back and feel the belly start to twist up to the right, the heart twist up to the right. Then you can extend the top arm up, spread the fingers of that right hand, either looking straight ahead if this is what's good for your neck, or some of you might be able to turn and twist and look up towards your top hand. Keep those legs firm and keep your navel pulling in towards the spine. This will keep your tailbone anchored down and give you stability. Let's take a breath here. Now, as you exhale, bring your top hand down to your waist and just look down at your left foot. Bend into your left knee. Find your block. Left hand on the block. Right foot steps forward, one step. So now we're really short in our stance. Block placement is so key. So your block is forward of your left foot and then off to the left. So we don't want that block in front of the foot. We want it angled off to the left. Lift your right leg up. Spread the toes at your right foot. Draw your right shoulder back. Start to twist and open your chest towards the sky. Half moon. Take a breath in. Let yourself really pause here. Feel it. And then we're going to exit forward to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Shake out it. Shake out the head. Bounce the torso a couple times. If you'd like to, you can twist your forward fold, walking your hands to the right or to the left. Really beautiful, conscious, present practice. I can feel you all really dialed in. And that's what this is all about. Can I just dial into myself, even if it's just for 70 minutes? Can I just really dial into myself? Now we're taking the feet wide all the way to the edges of the mat, toes turn out, and then sink the hips down. So here we are in Malasana. Now I always say, if this hurts your knees, just don't do it. But if you feel okay here, I always think about this is how probably our ancestors spent a lot of time, and we don't. So pause here, hands pressing together. You can even bounce a little bit here, sway a little bit here. If you like arm balances, you could come forward into crow pose here and play around. Yeah. All right, and then from here, we say there's not really any graceful way to come out of Malasana. So eventually you can pull back and extend your legs forward. All right, so let's extend those legs all the way forward and just allow the knees to bounce a little bit. And then bending the knees, feet flat on the floor. Hands will be behind you, so fingertips pointing back like this. And from here, let's cross the right knee over the left ankle, the right ankle over the left knee. So right ankle over the left knee. Good. And then from here, maybe just allow the legs to sway from side to side. And then see if you can spread the toes of the right foot. Just gonna bring a little bit more activation into the right shin, which then protects the right knee. And then for me, for my hip, I actually feel plenty here, but if you like to feel more sensation, you lift up your pelvis, you walk your pelvis in towards your ankle, you walk your hands in. So now suddenly it's just a much more compressed version of the pose. But what we want to avoid is sort of rounding through the low back. You want to keep drawing the low back in and up so you're sitting nice and tall. And then notice if there's any clenching in the jaw or the face. Relax the jaw and the face. And we're going to keep the right ankle over the left knee as you now attempt to slide the left leg straight. So left leg is straight. Right ankle is crossed over the left knee. Pull the flesh away from that right sit bone. And then re-spread the toes of the right foot. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, fold forward. You might be able to reach for the left foot. If that's too intense, just bring your hands to the earth. And maybe even just let your torso move a little bit side to side. So nice deep forward fold here, or staying upright and just letting yourself move a little bit side to side. If you are in the forward fold, almost as if your inner groins are pressing back, stretching back. Let's add in our breath to soften things a little bit here. Take a breath in. Exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Take a breath in. Let this exhale take you just a little deeper, wherever that is for you. And then on this next inhale, we'll rise up, bring the right knee back to center. Stretch the legs straight, bounce the knees. Good. Second side, bend your knees, fingers behind you. This time, I believe it's your, it's your left ankle that goes over your right knee. And your right foot is on the floor. And from here, just letting those legs move side to side, making sure the toes of your left foot are spread. If you want more sensation, this is when you lift the pelvis up, you walk it in towards your front ankle, you walk your hands in, and then you make sure you're not rounded through your low back. You want your low back moving in and up. Funny thing happens when we open our hips. Often we'll clench through our shoulders or our jawline. So make sure your upper body is nice and soft, even as you're opening that left hip. And then let's stay here for 3 breaths and add a little bit of sound on the exhale. So together, let's inhale, exhale, Let's do that 2 more times. One last time. Now, keeping the ankle over the right leg, stretch that right leg long. So left ankle is still crossed over the right knee. You can pull the flesh away from that left sit bone. Make sure the toes of the left foot are spread. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow forward, maybe catching the foot. Maybe hands are just at the side of the body. You can bring your hands to the floor. Yeah, and just work this pose. It might be focused on the forward fold. It might be more focused on the opening of that left hip. It might be just a little bit of swaying of the torso side to side. Make this practice, make this pose really serve you. What do you need most in this moment? And if the sound of the breath helps you let some things go, breathing in as you exhale, nice big. Please stay here for one more breath cycle and let this exhale take you somewhere deeper. And then on an inhale, rising all the way up, stretching both legs straight and long, bouncing those knees just a little bit. Yeah. Bending both knees, bringing soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Holding onto the feet, you can interlace the fingers if you like underneath the feet. And then you might flap your butterfly wings a couple times. Take a moment to breathe in, pull the low back in, and then attempt to lengthen up. Close the eyes and let yourself really drop into feeling and sensation. And if you need more sensation, you could forward fold, letting your elbows sort of conveniently press the shins down towards the floor. And let's take 2 breath cycles here together, creating that nice ha sound on the exhale. Breathe in. As you exhale, we're going to do that one more time. Inhale. Go a little deeper on this exhale, whatever that means for you. Inhale, we rise up, bring your hands to your knees, pull the knees together. Let the legs go long on the mat, heels all the way up towards the front edge. We're going to come down together, arms parallel, turn palms to face the sky. Yeah, have whatever you want nearby. Like if you want a blanket when you come onto your back, make sure you've got all those props nearby. Now we start by tucking the chin and sort of rounding through the upper back and come down nice and slow. So as you come down nice and slow, the core is strong and actually the legs are quite engaged and strong. Toes are spread, coming down nice and slow. Then as you arrive on your back, bring your knees in towards your chest and just rock a little bit side to side. Just take a moment to tune into yourself and just ask if there's anything else that your body needs. Is there any other movements, stretches, shakeouts, releases that your body needs before you come into the ultimate pose of integration, which is Shavasana? Is there anything else that would feel good to you? Is there anything else that would serve your body, your mind, your heart, your practice? And then eventually we do come into a final rest position. You all do have a bolster today, so let me just talk you through how you could use bolster in Shavasana. Could put it over your torso to ground your whole torso. You could also just put it over your thighs if you feel like you're sort of clenched under and your thighs are popped up, that little weight can feel good on the thighs, or it could just go the full length of the torso. Just a little extra weight, which again, in the season of fall, that little extra grounding can make a big difference for us. And then to guide you into Shavasana, take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, again, hear your breath and let that breath soften and settle you even more than you already were. And do that just one more time. Deep breath in. As you exhale, again, hear the breath and let that breath just soften and settle you here. And then let the breath go. Then the breath becomes autonomic, no more sound, no more shaping or controlling the breath. Now we just let our body breathe itself. We allow ourselves to stay open to sensation, feeling, experience, and just not attaching to whatever rises up, just letting it float through. You are the sky. Everything else is just the weather. So allow the body to remain still and relaxed. And just feel your awareness, that witness, come back online. And before you move, just see if you can observe what it feels like to be in this moment in a more relaxed body that is much more open, much more balanced, much more alive. Just take a moment to observe what that is like. You're not as numbed out. You're not as shut down as you were when you came in. So taking a moment to just observe that. And then go slow in your transition. So no need to rush out of this state. In fact, I prefer for you to be really mindful and conscious of how you bring the body and the mind back to a more wakeful state. So this might first look like just a little bit of movement in your fingers or in your toes. And then maybe slightly bigger movements begin to emerge, or deeper breaths. You're giving yourself a lot of grace and a lot of space to just slowly transition and transition. Eventually you can roll off through one side and just pause here on your side for a moment. And then eventually you can rise up. Let's end today with hands resting on the heart. So right hand over the heart, left hand is stacked on top, and then the tips of the thumbs just lightly touched. We call this butterfly mudra. I'm going to take these last couple of moments just to again settle in and feel ourselves. And then no matter your experience today, whether it was positive, neutral, negative, whatever the experience is, because different days are different, we take a moment to bow with some reverence towards ourselves. This is a really key end part of every practice, that we bow towards ourselves for showing up in this conscious way. So the light in me bows and honors that same light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here today. Namaste. All right, have a great rest of the Friday. We have a great weekend. I'll be here again tomorrow morning if anyone wants to join. Thanks everyone online for being here today. Jazz, Kim, Lori, Mariana, Mary, Sarah, Sue, Cindy. Great. Loved seeing you all here. Thanks everyone. Yeah, go easy. FYI, it is Kim, I'm glad you're in Tender. We're coming up on a big eclipse. Tomorrow's a big eclipse. And so what I've been reading is that the energy is a little unstable right now as we go into this big eclipse tomorrow. So just take good care of yourself, drink lots of water, stay grounded. Don't expect too much of yourself. So
Solar.
It's a solar eclipse tomorrow. Yeah. In just a certain part of the country, there's just like kind of a, section of the country, not here, but I think we might, I don't know. I don't know if we can see all of it here, but I don't think we can see all of it, but we might see a partial. All right. Bye everyone. 50%, Lori says. Okay, it's a 50% solar eclipse tomorrow. Thanks, Lori. Okay, y'all. Stay well.